This is Hale Lighthouse, and it stands at a whopping 18 metres. And historically, it shone its light over the most southerly point of Lancashire, which is now the borough of Halton. Here at Hale Point is the widest bit of the River Mersey, and at low tide sandbanks would appear, and the old boats, the old Mersey flats, would get stuck on those sandbanks, and they'd be stuck there until the tide came back up again. So in 1836 they built a lighthouse, not this one. This one was built in 1906. And the lighthouses would help them see the sandbanks so they wouldn't get stuck. By the 1950s, most of the shipping had been moved over to the Manchester Ship Canal over there. So they decommissioned the lighthouse. And they sold it off for the princely sum of £1,100. I'd have bought that. The original optic from inside is in the Merseyside Maritime Museum. Although the lighthouse is probably the tallest structure in Hale now, there was another big unit that lived here a few hundred years ago.
Washed in clean by a riverside, they told you the news. Kept so cold in the blackest tide. If only you knew. I've heard what they've said, ignored what I read, and look to the bright side. So here's to the bad times forgotten in good life.
This is Hale Village, and it's a short little jaunt off National Cycle Route 62, the Transpennine Trail. And it's thought that once upon a time it was home to the world's tallest man, the unofficial world's tallest man. According to the Guinness Book of Records, that would be a Mr. Robert Wadlow. But a Mr. John Middleton lived in Hale, and by all accounts he was 9'3". He was born in 1578, and he worked as a farm labourer up until he caught the attention of the Sheriff of Lancashire, who, on seeing his height, decided to make him into his bodyguard. I'm sure it was quite a frightening sight. From then he caught the attention of King James I, who invited him down to London to have a wrestling match with the King's champion wrestler. And John Middleton broke the wrestler's thumb. And the King awarded him £20, which was a lot of money back then. But on his way back from London, he was swindled out of that £20, and he died here a pauper in 1623. And he's buried here in St Mary's Church, just behind me. Maybe this is all true, or maybe it's a bit of a tall tale.